When I was 6 years old, I was sexually abused by my cousin until the age of just before I was 13. He started from sexual assault, and then he used to rape me later on as I grew older. I didn't realise what was happening, especially when I was young, but I was so scared, and everyone picked up on it. My teachers at school would constantly phone my mum, come round to the house, ask me if I was having problems at home. They would ask me if I was being bullied at school, but nobody could really, because I was so scared to say anything. I'd been threatened by him that I would be the one who got in trouble. During a lesson at school, a science lesson, when it was explained to us about mummies and daddies and having babies, finally knew what was happening. When I confronted him with it, that we're not supposed to do this, it's what mummies and daddies do, he said it was my fault. I was the one who made him do it. He said I would be the one who got in trouble if anybody found out. I was so scared. I found myself in a situation what I didn't know how to get out of. 3 years ago I had a breakdown and I revealed everything to my family. They believed me straight away. Everything fell in place because they knew something was wrong with me when I was younger, but they couldn't put their finger on it. When I came out, a lot of other members of my family who had grown up, came out with the same thing, that he also abused them. My brothers and sisters were all very supportive, and some of our relatives, a few of our relatives were supportive, but most of them wasn't. They just thought we were naming and shaming ourselves, that we would be, all the family would be humiliated and embarrassed, that we shouldn't be taking this to court. A lot of people still say I did the wrong thing. They think I've hurt his children, I've labelled them as paedophiles' children. They can understand all the pain that his family is going through, but they don't really understand what I've gone through, what my family and children have gone through. As a result of what's happened, when I had my first child, I was paranoid that someone was going to do something to him. I would always keep him in my lap. My mum used to say he's not going to start walking because you never let him go. As a result of that, he's not a confident person. If I went over to my mum's, he wasn't allowed to go and play in the other rooms. He was allowed to stay where I was. Even now, he started university last year and he travels 2.5 hours each day to get there and back. He's in tears when he comes home, and when he goes, he's just so scared. My daughter's the same. I've always kept her beside my side. She used to sleep with me. And as a result of what's happened, I used to have constant nightmares. I'd wake up and I'd wake her up. She'd pull me towards her, even when she was 7 years old, give me a hug and say, "Mum, it's only a dream." As a result of that, she started to suffer nightmares herself. His mum also knew, but she hid it because she'd come in the room one day. She told me to go downstairs. I don't know what she said to him, but when she came downstairs, she just sent me to a shop next door to buy sweets. People just don't, I don't think people are in denial about that it doesn't happen in our communities, whereas it does. They just can't believe that it could happen in a Muslim community. it's usually hidden behind the carpet, swept behind under the carpet. I think we really need to open our eyes and start talking about it. Only then we can make sure that it doesn't happen to someone else. Only then can we protect our children. Because it doesn't just, you know, it makes an impact on everyone around you. Even children who are going to be born later are affected by it, like my children. They're not very confident people at all. You know, I worry for them. How are they going to go out to work when, you know, they're so scared of strangers. You know, what I used to preach to them is come back to haunt them. They don't like going outside the house.